Oh, what? Brian Windhorst, what do you mean, bro? What are you talking about, dude?
Run it back, Philly. No frauds, no fanboys, no intros.
Yeah, when you talk about Harden and Kyrie, and correct me if you think I'm out of line here, Bobby, please say so. I think
Such a polite guy. If you think I'm out of line here, Bobby, please say so.
those guys can present the case that they are max players, even at $47 million a year, which I think would be both of their maxes, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Yep.
I think that you can say that they are quote unquote worth that. It's not.
Oh, what? Brian Windhorst, what do you mean, bro? What are you talking about, dude? Yeah, they're either worth that or they're not worth that. Like they're either worth. James Harden is either worth $47 million a year or he's not worth that. I think you could say that quote unquote they are worth that. What does that actually mean?
There we talk about extensions.
Yeah, when you talk about Harden and Kyrie, and correct me if you think I'm out of line here, Bobby, please say so. I think that those guys can present the case that they are max players, even at $47 million a year, which I think would be both of their maxes, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Yep.
I think that you can say that they are quote unquote worth that. It's not the average. It's not the that on the cap. It's how many years, and for different reasons. One, because Harden is up there in age, and has frankly looked like he's declined a little bit. And
yeah, there you go, Brian. Now you're talking some sense.
I don't know if that decline is getting reversed. And for Kyrie,
it's not. Declines don't get reversed. You get older, you decline. You keep declining.
It's because I like the background. Your background is changing.
For me?
Yeah. Bobby's in the studio.
In
my office. Says.
I need this in my office.
That's right. Anyway, in Kyrie's case, it's just, it's health, it's off-court things. So to me, it's if they're both getting max contracts, I don't have an issue with that. It's just going to be the years. And, in the case of the Clippers, it might be the years and the money, because the size of the money affects what the whole team can do. But yeah, I mean, the years is going to be, don't you think, with Kyrie and Harden is going to be what the real drama is my guess.
Yeah, no, it is. I mean, as I always say,
I think we're getting close to where he's about to drop a bomb, dude.
Kyrie's he's a max guy, but he's like a year-to-year max guy, right? Like, I don't mind paying him 47, but is it going to be 5 for 276? Is it going to be 4 for, I don't know, 230, somewhere around there? I think that's where the concern.
He's talking about Kyrie. Oh my God, I wouldn't want to pay Kyrie for more than 1 year at a time, dude. You don't even know if this guy's going to retire next week.
Certainly with Harden, 4 for 213, that's a huge number. It's a big number as far as going up. It's not declining. In a perfect world, you love to give him 47 in the first year and then 34, 34, and 34 for years 2 to 4. But that's not how this system works.
Right. Okay. So we'll see what happens. I cut you off a minute ago. Did you want to say something else?
All right. So that's all he said about James Harden, was that Brian Windhorst thinks you could make the case that they are that Kyrie and Harden are quote unquote worth the max. And then, Bobby Marks was saying, you would love to pay one of these. You would love to pay these guys like 1 year at a time, but that's not how it works. So if they're worth 47, you're going to have to give them a 4 or 5 year contract. That's the part about this that drives me nuts, because James at 33, going to be 34 this year, is, like Brian Windhorst said, probably not trending up. And 4 years is too much, dude. 4 years is just too much. 4 years is just too much. It's just too much. But it's going to be like a Chris Paul type of situation where you're hoping he has like 1 or 2 really good years left and it delivers you a championship in those 1 or 2 good years left. And then the 3 or 4, the year 3 or year 4, you're going to be paying out the ass, but you already got your championship. Or then you try to trade him to teams that are taking on bad contracts or whatever. Like Chris Paul got moved to where? Washington, and then over to where the hell's Chris Paul now? I don't even know, man. Where did Chris Paul go? I forget. But either way, that's, I think, what's going to happen. You would love to be able to sign James Harden for 2 years, but I think it's going to be 4. And it's going to be 4 because you're hoping those first 2 years of that contract are like still really, really good James Harden years. And then the last 2 years of the contract, if he's bad and you still owe him $50 million, you're trying to trade a bad contract. And that's probably, sadly, that's 2 years from now is probably towards the end of Joel Embiid also. 7-footers don't play till they're 35, guys. Don't forget that. This is giving me anxiety. This is a very negative feeling I have right now. That's the epitome of me as a Sixers fan, what I just said out loud. This is giving me this is a very negative feeling I have right now. That's me watching the Sixers, talking about the Sixers, listening to what they do every offseason. But there it is. That's what Brian Windhorst said. He thinks that you can argue that these guys are worth max money for 1 year or 2 years, but you're not going to be able to give these guys a 1 year or 2 year contract. You're going to have to give them a 4 year contract. And it very well, James Harden could sign a 4 year, $200+ million contract with the Philadelphia 76ers. And if he does, then the tweet that I made up a month ago that blew up and ended up on Eric Snow's podcast ended up being true. And I don't even know it was true. I just made it up. Oh my God, I hate this team so much, dude. I hate this team so much. If we are paying Tobias Harris and James Harden a combined $100 million next year, and these two guys in Game 7 combined for 11 points, James Harden and Tobias Harris combined for 11 points in Game 7. And it's very likely that we're going to be paying them $100 million combined next season. Oh, my God. Oh, I can't even take it. Oh, my goodness. What do I even say?
I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this.
Run it back, Philly. No frauds, no fanboys, no intros.
I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like